Okay, now we are going to embroider the nose onto the muzzle. And here, to be a little redundant, here you go. There's the message. So the plushie itself, the nose kind of looks like that. But it might turn out triangle. We'll see. I mean, it says a triangle. So we're going to see. Now, the whole point of this YouTube channel was to give you guys tips and tricks and not to show you from beginning to end plushies that I paid for. So I'm just showing you some techniques and some tips and tricks. So let's go over the tips from today's lesson. Okay, this is my 12th or 15th video. I'm not really sure, but okay. So now if you're making videos, you're doing a YouTube thing, you need all of these. All right. If not, you're just crocheting, you only need some of these. But let's go over them. Okay, number one, inform your husband what you're doing. Okay, he came in here and asked me for my keys, and I said they're in my purse, and he said no, they're not. So I went and I opened my purse, and there they were. He shook my purse, apparently, and he said he didn't hear anything, and I said, well, it's a key fob. So I don't keep anything in there, and if I have to keep more than that, or my wallet, I generally use a Taylor Swift, like, sack bag. So, like, because me and my daughter are Swifties, okay, just to be honest. So I don't do the fancy purse thing. Or I have one of those sack things that you put on the front of you. I can't even remember what they're called right now because I'm so mad. Okay, so number two, inform your husband that loud outdoor activities can also interrupt the process. So, you know, ripping around in a side-by-side outside in the yard, creating all kinds of, like, dug-in circles in the grass. Yeah, that ruins the process, especially when it's right outside the wall that you're using. Inform your husband that sending the videos of said outdoor activities also ruins. It actually stopped my video. So here, remove the cat. Stage with stitch markers, which I did. We'll go over that. Avoid sewing thread like the plague, because I tried using it. That's what the instructions called for. I got over it, or I didn't get over it, I'm sorry. I just messed up so many times that I just decided to use just thinner yarn. So, let's see. Remember, rage quitting while yarning means throwing the ball, not the phone. And then pick it up immediately before the cat gets it. Okay. So number 8 here, I'd practice on your graveyard pieces before you continuously keep making these and messing up. So if it's white yarn, wash your hands, because that's another thing. They become dirty and frayed the more you mess with them. And it's like, I've had to make 3 now. So if you can't do it, just use a button. If you can't figure it out, and we're about to figure out whether or not I need to use a button. So, and then here, charge your phone in between takes and YouTube stuff, because otherwise your phone will die after your 12th or 15th video. So anyways, that was just some advice, some lessons learned today. So here's my yarn graveyard, right? So I did practice on a piece. And I kind of got what I wanted. It's just lower. So, and then we are actually using the yarn graveyard because this piece was in there. So, it's nice to have one of those. And then I went ahead and staged these. Now, I didn't stage these necessarily for the video. I did it because I've already marked. Instead of guessing where to put the needle next, I've kind of already visually and gone through and counted to make sure exactly the right amount of thread is in between each one to make it 100% even. Okay, so we're going to do this thing now. Now when you're embroidering, you're going to start off coming from the bottom, and you're going to make your outline. Is what you're going to do. So the outline, remember, it's a triangle. So I can take that pin off now. I just rage quit that pin by accident. And then you go through the other one, and for some reason this is grabbing, so I'm going to take that off now. All right. This piece is too big, but it's okay, I'll cut it. It'll be part, at least I can still use it for the graveyard. Okay, so now that we have that, you don't want to pull that too tight, because what you're going to do is you're going to pull that through the bottom. Make sure this is all done neatly. There's not tangles and stuff in the back, because it can ruin the final piece. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to bring that down. But you don't want it too tight. So you're wrapping the yarn around the yarn. I am about to hot glue a button from one of my husband's shirts to this. I've done these before, but for some reason I am having a hard time today. Alright, so loosen that a little bit. And now we're going to do the same thing to the other side, except we're going to go in on the opposite side here. Down, up, so that it actually is even, and it does make a difference when you switch the sides. Okay, so trying to figure out, okay. You want to fix it as you go, because there is no going back once you have this inserted so many times. Okay. We're going to go back to this side. Make sure it's through the exact same hole. And this starts to create a mess, so you need to look at what you're doing. Make sure you're not tangling things up. And it did exactly what I thought it would do. So I'm just going to go back up to the bottom again. And then actually, you know what, I changed my mind. Oh no. Not rage quitting, not rage quitting. I guess I'm not going to, yeah, I'm just not gonna make that mark. I don't think I need to. All right, let's continue. My needle just fell out. This is turning out so much better. Everybody does these differently. Sometimes there are right and wrong ways, and there are techniques you should follow, like doing the outline first, but I'm not happy with that. It actually looks better in the back than it does the front. All right, I'm gonna insert it here because we gotta fill that middle. There we go. That looks better. So I'm gonna go about here. Nope. Here-ish. I think we're almost there. That was a bad idea. I shouldn't have gone outside the outline. That's the whole point of the outline. Not redoing this video. Bear with me. Oh no, I've lost my way. Please no. See, we're on this journey together of troubleshooting. We are now troubleshooting. There it is. There, I thought it was. Oh, where is it? It's like invisible. There it is. Jeez. Sorry about the long video. We're seriously at 14 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, don't go outside of the outline. Just don't do it. You saw just what happened. I just want this to be covered right there. And then we're gonna do a little vertical line go in between. Left-handed, no motor skills. This is my life. I think I'll pick up another hobby. Okay. I do like to paint and draw. I have, oh man. We'll take care of that in the back. I'll show you how to take care of that. I have to draw my son's eyes. He wants me to draw his eyes because I drew my daughter's eyes. And we're going to finish off by creating that little vertical thing for that part of the nose. And voila, I am done. I am not going to mess with it any further, even though there's a white spot there. Okay, so now on the back, what I'm going to do since this is for like a little 5-year-old, and if he pulls the nose, I want to make sure that he cannot loosen any of the pieces and mess it up. So I'll just keep doing that, and then with this piece, I am going to ravel these together and cut them so that they can't get loose. And then this gets sewed, and that'll be on a different video. All right, success.